ask you this. Who managed to live stress-free this week? I mean, total Hakuna Matata, right? I mean, no worries about the viruses, no worries about your finances. I mean, no worries about what was for supper. I mean, absolutely stress-free. Anybody? And if anybody was able to manage to live absolutely stress-free, my hat would be off to you, and I should probably step aside and just let you come up and bring the message today, because I know I did not manage to live stress-free. But my suspicion is that most of us dealt with stress on some level this week, and that's why over the past several weeks we've been in the middle of a series called Stress Fractures, where we've been breaking down some of the biblical principles in Chuck Swindoll's book by the same name, Stress Fractures, and just seeking to call out those tiny, microscopic stress fractures in our life that, if we leave them unattended, can explode into those compound fractures that affect not only our own life, but then they affect the lives of those that we love as well. And last week we began to turn the corner, and instead of looking at the root causes behind our stress, we began putting some tools into our hands, tools that can help us to heal from those stress fractures, and hopefully tools that will help us prevent those stress fractures if we'll use them well. And we introduced last week the first tool, the tool of rest. And so as we pick that back up today, here's my hope and what we'll do with the time that we have. One, we'll quickly review what we looked at last week. Two, that we'll be able to hear from Cynthia, like I promised you last week, for some insights into what rest is and isn't, and that overall we'll just see how wrong and how really detrimental to not only our health but our walk with God that burnout instead of rust out mentality that some of us grew up with, some of us have deeply ingrained into our lives,